Welcome to Frankenstein's Fabrics Saturday Stitches. Over the last 2 weeks, we've gone from stipple to a loop-the-loop. This week, we're going to close up the loop even further and turn it into pebbles. So, once again, 5-inch square on our practice panel. I've got my needle and my foot down, and I'm starting in a corner, and I'm going to work my way to fill this square. Still using the Rainbow Maxi Lock from Signature, still using a Jeans 90 needle. So get your hands into a comfortable position again. And what you want to do is start slowly on this one because you're going to be doing more travelling stitches. Now travelling stitches are when you travel over stitches you've previously done so you can keep a nice shape. So start slowly. And draw a circle. Now, in order to get to the next circle to create your pebble, you need to half travel over the stitches you've already done. You then come out and do another circle sitting next to it. This will require lots of repositioning of your hands, so make sure you are comfortable. Sit upright in a chair, make sure you've got good lumbar support, and if you have to, stop every few minutes and stretch your neck and your arms. Once again, half travel. Now the beauty of pebble is you can do any size. So you can do ones that are the size of a 50-cent piece, or you can do tiny little micro pebbles. They will tessellate in nicely to each other, except you will have these little triangular gaps because a circle doesn't fit neatly next to another circle. This stitch will require more practice because it requires more control. If you have trouble with your fingertips slipping on the fabric, try using gloves, thimbles. There are also different things called gripper rings, which are usually sold with Bonina machines. If you, the other thing you can do too is there's like different types of stick-on thimbles. There's like leather dots and things like that. Just something to give you a tiny bit of grip. When I first started doing this, I just used the plastic rubber gloves out of the kitchen. They worked perfectly fine for what I was doing. Now if you get stuck somewhere and you haven't quilted over here but you're trapped over here, you can travel back around a circle you've already done and come back out into that space. Now this is what I meant about the beauty of doing small circles and large circles. And because you're traveling so much, you can travel in all different directions. Circles don't all have to go in the same direction. If you find left to right better than right to left, you do what most is comfortable for you. Pebbles themselves are not natural circles, so your circles could be a little bit pinched at one end, a bit more elongated and oval. It doesn't matter. You're trying to replicate something from nature. It's a bit abstract, so as long as you've got the suggestion of a circle and it's neat like that, then you're good to go. if you want your pebbles to look a little bit more rough, like they've been sketched rather than a single pencil line, just don't follow your original stitch line exactly. Just make it a bit more loose and free, and then you can change the look of it as well. Remember to reposition when you get uncomfortable. One thing I will suggest with all of your free motion quilting when you're doing this practice is that you will find the faster you go, the smoother your stitching will be. The more you slow down, the more hesitation comes into your work. If you keep moving with at least decent pace, things will work out a lot better for you. Don't be afraid of your machine. It's there to help you. Let it do most of the work. You're just guiding where the fabric is. The other thing you can do if you're not comfortable with speed on your machine is, if you do have speed control on your machine, start slowly and build it up. Mine always is usually set at full pelt, so I'll just slow this down and you can see the difference that it makes. That's on 0. You'd never get any quilting done if you went that slow. This is medium. Now medium for me is not quite fast enough, so if you wanted to sit somewhere halfway between full speed and medium, that's probably where most of you will find a happy place. The other thing you can do too with your pebble is you can leave these negative spaces. It does give you a bit of a raised area because everything around it's so dense, but if you want to open up your texture a little bit, this is a good way to go. And it does look very effective, and it just looks like there's a gap where the pebbles are. Now, if you can see both my hands in that shot, you can see that I'm further away than I probably should be. And that's what happens when you concentrate. You will start to notice that your hands move further apart. But if you want more control, get your hands in closer. Do a small amount at a time. Okay, now that is our pebbled section. So all I'm going to do is I'll just show you what I do with this. So I'm just following the chalk lines that I've drawn. we'll be ready for next week. And we're ready with next week's 5-inch square. Thanks for joining Saturday Stitches. Join us again next week. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and if you have any suggestions for stitches you'd like to see or anything else, please pop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching.